Hello. Do you love interesting stories that test your intelligence with smart question? Then, welcome to Silent Footsteps. Do you think you can answer the smart question at the end of this story? In 2014, a quiet suburb outside Denver saw 3 disappearances in 6 months. No forced entry, no broken windows. Each victim had listed their home for sale. Police started seeing a pattern. The last person to text each missing homeowner? A different buyer, a different name, but always the same message. Running late, lockbox code still the same? Real estate lockboxes are meant to be secure, but most use 4 digits, and many agents never change them. Detectives pulled showing logs, license plate cams, and doorbell footage. Nothing matched. Whoever was doing this knew how to stay off camera. Until one house had a smart lock with a hidden feature. It recorded the exact code used, down to which buttons were pressed. The code didn't match the seller's. It matched a master override, the kind issued only to licensed agents and inspectors. They subpoenaed the regional MLS for master key assignments. One name popped up across all 3 properties, not as the showing agent, but as courtesy access for last-minute buyers, a mid-tier realtor named Evan Pike. Clean record, friendly, always available to help other agents in a pinch. When they searched his office, it was spotless. But at a storage unit rented under a shell company, they found something else. Staged rooms, a mattress on a metal frame, a line of identical lockboxes hanging on a pegboard, each labeled in Sharpie with an address and a closing date. On the workbench lay a key ring as thick as a fist, dozens of cut copies tagged with the names of sellers. Next to it, listing flyers stamped sold. Pike played dumb. Said he collected old lockboxes as training props. But then the lab matched micro-scratches on 2 recovered keys to the deadbolts of missing homeowners. The match was unique, like a fingerprint. Here's the twist. Pike rarely targeted his listings. He watched the market for houses with absentee sellers, divorce, estate sales, cross-country relocations. He'd volunteer to let a buyer in when another agent got stuck in traffic, use the master override, and cut a copy in minutes. Then he waited. He returned weeks later, after the closing, when the seller had moved out, alone, for a last cleanup night. And no one expected them anywhere else. When they finally cracked a second storage unit, they found a wall of manila envelopes, utility bills, spare fobs, garage remotes, trophies from houses he'd worked. But the most chilling detail was a whiteboard calendar with a simple note repeating across random Thursdays at 2 o'clock in the morning. Final walkthrough. Pike pled to burglary and unlawful restraint, but never admitted to murder. 2 bodies were eventually found off a service road, both sellers who'd stopped by one last time. As for the third, her house sold. New family moved in. They kept finding her old mail jammed just inside the door, postmarked for days after she disappeared. Someone kept letting themselves in, returning things that should have left with her, using a key that shouldn't exist. If a stranger has the keys to your life, would you even know?